Astraltegic.
Hi guys, how you doing? Today I'm going to try and sell you this pen. Buy this pen please. You know this one? So the traditional approach will be try to create a vision, okay, try to create a need, and then you can sell the product. Okay, fine. Well, that's not always necessarily true, and in some cases different type of sales will need a different set skills that you can work with. So let me prove it to you. The approach says that you have $800 pen that you want to sell, and imagine that you a big contractor and now you need to sell a condo in $2 million. So what kind of pen you use? This simple pen that costs 10 cents, or you will use this pen that cost $800, that it's have a history, it's from France, from 1847, and blah blah blah, and you will have the feeling that it's giving you the luck and blah blah blah. So yeah, that's like to invoke and create emotion around the sales. Now if I want to sell, let's say I want to sell the Nike shoes, and then somebody come to the shop and say, listen, you can imagine yourself when you're running on the beach or next to the basketball court and everybody looking at you and saying, wow, what is this kind of shoes, are so rare and so nice and blah blah blah. I don't know, feels a little bit too cheesy for me. Maybe there is a better version than this one, but what you can technically do is first you can create the image of authority, and you can do that pretty much quickly when you show him that you know what you're talking about, like a small pitching about the subject, in this case the product. So let's say somebody wants to buy these shoes, I can say this is a great choice, but let me show you another thing. We got these shoes here. You want a comfortable shoes, right? Let me just show you another option. These shoes here, it's a recovery shoes, and therefore it's way more soft and it's going to give you a much better support for your knees. You see, so when you are more knowledgeable about the product, the same was applying to the pen. He did say that it's an old pen, and then he tried to picture the vision. But when you are giving much more accurate information, when your depth and when your focus is in the product himself, and you know every single thing about the product, and you can pitch the important stuff, this is how you can convince Meta. At least you can convince him to try them on, see if they're really comfortable for him, and many times you can make a sales. For me, I think it's a much better attitude. Now, of course, you can make some more. There is more things into it, like you need to, if let's say that you see a guy that is very heavy, very big guy, so most likely we look for a model that is much more wider, that can fit for him. Even before you start the sale, okay, this guy is a big guy, I should go and show him those wide shoes that we got, right? And that's different, that's changing, and that's different. It's also dependent on the location of your store, if it's traditional sales. So if your store is in a bad neighborhood, you're not going to sell a very expensive product, right? You need to sell like the cheapy one, or something that you can, the quality that match with the population over there. That's almost the same thing. You can maybe try to go to the medium. And in sell, there is another point which you can actually, so let's say that there's somebody come and ask for a pen that costs like $30, and you try to sell them a pen that costs $800. Sometimes you can succeed, but sometimes you can lose. You can get rid of the client and make him get outside, because he's trying that you're trying to soap him, and he's feeling that you're trying to soap him and selling something that he doesn't actually want or need. And guys are way more opinionated, and you will be and that's actually a fact. They make a research. I think Dr. Jordan Peterson talked about this topic, and he clarified that men are much less agreeable than women. So if you're selling a product to a man and you're selling a product to a woman, it's not the same game. Women are more agreeable, and therefore they can buy more. While men, you can try to soap him and try to sell him some bullshit. It's really much more difficult. So those are the kind of things you should take for your consideration. And you also need to find the best pitching that you can have, like sales could be fun. You can have like different kind of pitching, Let's say I was trying to sell, let's say I want to try and sell again the shoes. It's not that I have to go with the same approach, because that's the experience you get over the years. So I can say something like, this car here, this is like our Toyota, but if you want to get like a Mercedes, or if you want to get our Porsche, and then I will take a shoes, this is like Porsche. and then I will say something like, let me tell you why it's Porsche. Okay, you got this, you got that. It's the arc is more softer here. This model is newer, and you have also those small bubbles on the side that can get you like a little bit more support and things of this nature. Blah blah blah. I just made it up right now, right? But you can make like analogy with cars and shoes, and then try to tell him that this one, you maybe you don't drive a Lamborghini yet, but you can get this one, and that's the Lamborghini. Like, everybody understands shoes in the industry. This one here, limited edition, and you should get it now, so you can create also pressure on the background. So those kind of, it's not always about creating the vision, and it's not always about explaining the need or exposing a need that the person didn't even know that he had. It's not always like that. So I hope you can catch something from this short video. Don't forget to give me like a thumbs like if you don't mind. I don't care about subscribe yet, because it's just a new channel, and I hope you enjoy. I wish you to have a pleasant evening. Cheers.